Hi, Anne-Marie. It's Lisa and Ryan again, and this time we're going to show you some issues that our students are facing when they're trying to look at a quiz and see what answers they got right or wrong. So I'm going to go in the Learn space, and I'm going to select red, and I'm going to open up Activity 3.1.
Nope, blue.
Whoops, sorry, we got to go back to blue.
You can just go to Learning in blue.
Wrong day.
Sorry, had a long day too.
Long day here. Okay.
Okay, now we can go to Activity 3.1.
Here we go. And I'm going to click View the Results.
Now, that space that we just saw under View Results, that's what we should have come to before when we encountered that problem with Create Session, View Results, and it was toggling back and forth. But again, that intermittency, that new word that we just learned or made up, one or the other, it's one of those things that we got to try to work those kinks out as well.
Okay, so I'm a student and I come in here and I can see that there were 11 questions, a maximum points of 15, that I got 13 points. I had 10 correct answers. And so as I go along here, it's kind of goofy to figure out what was going on.
The way I think students start seeing this is if I'm looking at this as a student, I am going to read this question right here, and then I'm going to think to myself, okay, what did I answer? And so we look at the answers here and realize, oh, all of a sudden the students are starting to think, well, the computer changed my answer. And the reality is the computer did not change the answer. The computer is showing the correct answer. However, there's nowhere in this assessment result sheet that shows that that's the correct answer. It does, however, show you the user answer, which is 2, and that we received 1 out of a possible 1 point, the feedback that we got it correct. However, the user answer is kind of just a very vague thing, and the kids are having a hard time grasping this concept, especially when looking at the question and looking at the answer as it seems. A lot of students are thinking, okay, well, here's the question, here's what I answered. Now they're looking for feedback on what they physically answered. So to us, it looks like it's kind of backwards. To us, what would help, or what we would consider something that might be a little easier on the eyes for students, are to have the question stated as it is, and then have the student's answer below that with the feedback incorrect or correct below it, and then beyond that, we can give them the other feedback of you actually answered, or the correct answer is this, if it was incorrect. And that kind of gives us a little bit more of a headway for kids to understand this, because I'm getting a lot of kids, probably 70% of the kids are asking or telling me that the computer changed their answers and that it's not fair that they're getting these answers right, even though I've explained it to them multiple times about how to read this. But then again, there is nowhere on here that states this is what the correct answer should be or is. So if you forget it, there's nowhere really to look it up. So we've got to just a couple clarifying things that would help us in our teaching areas, or our areas of teaching.
Okay, and down here, again, the user answer is here, but it's hard to know what 2 and 3 actually mean. And this happens with matching, right?
And then under the matching section, a question that we pose is using a rating scale of 1 to 4, basically put the following things in order of most accurate to least accurate when it comes to measuring body fat. So we understand that underwater weighing is the most accurate, so we would list that as number 1, and that analysis by electrical impedance is number 2, so on and so forth. But maybe the way we word the question has to change, or the matching section can get kind of confusing, because as we go through this, if I'm looking for skin fold measurement and I know it's the third least accurate, or most accurate, I don't know, however you want to look at it, then when I click the number and I see 2 and 3, which one is it that they're looking at? So I don't know if there's a way that with this matching section we can kind of create a way to, I don't know, streamline it a little bit more clearly, so we can use letters or numbers or orders of some sort, so we can do it this way, other than giving a definition of what they are.
Okay. So I guess, Anne Marie, what we're looking for really is a clearer feedback on what the student's response actually was, and then what the correct response should have been. And maybe it's an option for teachers to say, that's the wrong response, and that's the only feedback, or that's the correct response. Or maybe also it's a teacher's option to say the correct response should have been blank instead of what you chose. So just some feedback on how our students are feeling about the results of assessments that they're taking in StudyWiz. Thanks for listening, Anne Marie.